Okay, we've got the kings of Joy-Cons just here, and I've got AJ.
The king of Joy-Cons.
Oh, the king of Joy-Cons.
The queen of Joy... anyway.
Well, we've got AJ here today from the beloved podcast.
That's
and
right.
128KB News as well. Yes. And I want to put to him today the MOBAPAD M6 HD, which in my opinion still is the reigning champion of all Joy-Cons. And I want to see what he thinks of them.
Yeah, and I want to see what it's been like living with them.
Yes.
Because you've kind of taken them away and I've not seen them, which kind of means that you've stolen them.
Yes.
Which I find disappointing. And all I've got to see is your videos, like everyone else. Like, cool, when do I get to play with them, Andy?
Yeah,
Andy?
No, you don't.
Stop answering the phone.
Yeah.
So, it's a big title that you've given it. These are the king of Joy-Cons.
They are.
There's a lot to live up to. There's been a lot previously that we've seen and loved.
There's a load of previous stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you in particular have probably seen them all. Before we talk about the MOBAPAD M6 HDs, which ones previously would you say were the best?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
There's been so many. I mean, there's so many on offer, isn't there? You've got stuff from Dioki, Binbog, Nixie. There's just so many. You've got Hori stuff, which...
Hori, I forgot about that, yes.
Well, I love the Hori stuff, but they're dated now.
Yeah.
You know, they're great, but they've just got no features at all, which is sad. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint what I would say was the previous best. You know,
the Wizards were nice. Nixie Wizards.
Wizards are great, but it's GameCube, so it's super niche.
It's niche, but they had some nice features on them as well, just for general Switch playing.
Yeah, totally. It's just that layout, the GameCube button layout is just, you know, a little bit wrong for anyone that doesn't have GameCube nostalgia, you know, because it swaps the order of things. But yeah, I really enjoyed those. There's been a lot of Hall effect stuff recently, you know, again by Binbok and other companies as well. And they've all been great, but we've seen a lot of like rehousing, you know? Which is fine.
I've seen a lot of companies using buzzwords that aren't necessarily even in the product as well.
Yes.
Hall effect has been a big thing because of stick drift on the original Joy-Cons.
Yes.
It's been great to see that coming back after all these years and being implemented in Joy-Cons. And then obviously there is the love for mechanical switches for their feel and their speed and accuracy.
Yeah, which MOBAPAD have always been doing.
There's been some Joy-Cons that have said, or some Pro Controllers that have said they are, and they're not necessarily.
That's so frustrating. The Gula Kit, KK3 Max Pro.
Which should have been a really great offering.
That was what I was most hyped for. Was the mechanical switches, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, we've changed all our marketing.
They're membranes.
Yeah, they're membranes. It's like, okay.
So supposedly this offers the best of everything.
This pretty much has everything. So if you're a new viewer to these are the most spec'd out Joy-Cons that you can get on the market today. They are essentially everything that the official... This is the easiest way of explaining is what they don't have versus what they do have, right? They are the Joy-Cons, the official Joy-Cons, without the IR camera on the bottom. That's the easiest way of saying it.
Nice, all right.
Plus more.
Yeah.
So these have gyro. They're wireless. These ones have a 17-hour battery. They have mechanical face buttons, triggers, and bumpers as well. So like a mouse switch versus membrane. So these have an audible click. They're faster to actuate. So it means your input is like immediate, right? But also they have longer lifespan. So a membrane button will have about a 1 million click lifespan. These have a 10 million click because these have Omron gaming mice switches that you'd find in a mouse, right? You've got Hall effect sensing joysticks with anti-friction rings and the metal anti-friction rings as well, which is amazing. You've got changeable faceplates. You've got a proper D-pad, which is changeable for this kind of Xbox Dome style D-pad as well, which is great for fighting games, which you roll around and stuff.
Yeah.
What else has it got? It's got HD rumble, like the first and only HD rumble Joy-Cons this has. It's just ridiculous. They have everything. It's even got NFC as well, so you can use your amiibos. So it's got NFC as well. You've also got on the backs here, I forgot we had the second camera. Oh yeah, on the backs we've got macro programmable back paddles as well, so you can assign a button swap to this so that you can have like A or B or whatever on the back, or you can macro, so you can have a series of inputs on the back as well. And they also there's even more, also has turbo, so that you can assign like turbo to say like B, And then that's just going to repeat that for you, like over and over and over and over again. These also have an app which let you do firmware updates.
Right.
Remap.
The app is an important thing to talk about. So it was a lot of people asking questions about the app.
Yes.
In the videos that you did.
Yes, it's because in the first videos that I started doing, I couldn't get the app to load because you have to side load it.
Yes.
So you can't just download it. Well, it's on the Apple Store, but it's not on the Play Store, which is kind of frustrating. So you actually have to manually go and download it from the MOBAPAD website, which is kind of frustrating. I couldn't get it to load. I finally did manage to get it to load by installing it on my tablet. So I put it on my tablet instead. Yeah. And then you can like connect to the Joy-Cons, update them, which I definitely recommend, because I had an issue with the rumble with these where it would just keep buzzing for no reason. So I was charging the Switch and it was
just trigger on its own.
Yeah. So I was charging the Switch. It's really funny because my wife was like, "What's that noise?"
There's a rumbling.
Yeah, but you could hear like a...
Did she go though, "Is that a HD rumble I hear?"
No, but it would have been
She
funny.
should have done.
Yeah. So you could just hear like a zzz, like in the background, and I was like, sounds like there's like a bee in the wall, you know. It's like, what is that? And then I literally was walking around with my ear to stuff going, where's this coming from? It's like, it's the Joy-Cons, you know, it's the MOBAPAD. I then updated the firmware via the app when I finally got it to work, and it fixed that problem. Okay. So I've seen other people in comments saying there was problems.
The programmable back buttons.
Yeah.
Are you able to switch left and right? Am I able to program right actions onto left? Because that's something that gets asked quite a lot about.
You can, but you can't do it like hardware only, right? So
I see,
you can't do it just on the fly, because they're all the same, unless you get one of those dockable styles, where that acts as one controller.
Yeah, these are two separate
controllers, and they are like, you know, Bluetooth essentially too, so they can't send the signal between each other and the Switch. But what you can do is remap buttons from one to the other and then do it that way. I see. So you could do it that way, and you can do that via the app or potentially in the system settings of the Switch, where you go into controller settings and you can remap the buttons that way. So there is a way of doing that. So that's pretty cool. It's a really interesting point.
I'm just thinking of all the questions that I've seen being asked on the reviews, and I know that was one that people were frustrated about and didn't know if there was a workaround for it.
Most of the time you can get away with just doing that on any controller or any Joy-Cons in the system settings, just by repositioning stuff that way. To be honest, it's not something I do personally. You know, I don't really utilize that. I'm fine with the layout as it is. Most of the time I just put L3 and R3 on the back paddles, because they're the buttons that annoy me the most, you know. But that
biggest downside living with it.
Biggest downside living with it.
What could they improve upon?
Oh, what could they improve upon? That's a tough question. First of all, I love the Joy-Con, the joystick toppers, you know, the thumbsticks. I love them. Like, they are the perfect height. They're the perfect like feel. They're rubbery and stuff. But I don't know if you can even see it on here. They're like going grey already, because I've been using these so much compared to the nice like ice white of the actual.
They have discoloured a bit.
They've discoloured.
And what's that, in like a month?
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer, 6 weeks maybe, something like that. Can't remember when I first started doing them now.
I mean, you cannot express how beautiful mechanical switches are.
Mechanical switches are amazing.
Until you experience them, you don't realise you've been missing them, but it's absolutely beautiful.
I don't want anything else. And this Joy-Con set just here is what made me go back and get my MOBAPAD Chitu HD out of storage to start using that as my main Pro controller, because that also has mechanical face buttons and HD rumble as well, but it's a Pro controller version.
It feels like you've stepped into the future. It's absolutely beautiful.
They're perfect. There is a downside.
I will say there is a lot of pre-travel on the bumper.
And a bit of post-travel as well, on this unit. I mean, I have seen people in comments going, mine doesn't have that. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but both mine definitely do. So on the L and the R, they both have pre and post travel.
Definitely, the pre travel's the most noticeable part. It's about 3/4 of the travel before the Switch actuates.
So that's the other thing that they could improve upon.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Ergonomically, it's wonderful.
Oh, they're great, aren't they?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, they're great.
I was concerned before I played with it before we started that the right joystick was slightly too close to the buttons.
Yeah.
But I don't actually think it is. I think it's all right. It's bang on, like the perfect tolerance. If it was any closer, I think I'd be knocking the thumbstick a bit too much.
Yeah, see, you were saying beforehand about
are you a tip or a pad guy?
Yeah, do you press the button like with the pad of your thumb or the tip? Yeah. And I definitely tip it, which means I've got really good clearance of the joystick.
But if you're a pad person,
exactly,
you're going to come across hitting that joystick slightly. I was really unsure of the D-pad as well.
Yeah.
I don't play like fighting games and stuff, so it's not really for me, but I was really unsure of this particular cover for the D-pad.
The Xbox style dome.
Yeah. Actually feels beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really surprising.
Yeah.
Really surprising. There's a lot to love about this. What's the kind of price range they're going for, and is it fair compared to what else is in the market?
It's so difficult talking about the price. Before we talk about price, you've got to talk about the other version, really, because there's another version.
The M6S, is it?
Yeah, you got the S as well. So there's two models. These are the M6 HDs, which are the top level, like the Pro versions.
What's the primary things missing in the S then?
So the S are essentially identical. Also, just to show people, this is another feature I forgot to talk about. You've got the faceplates detached, like so.
Just magnetic.
They're magnetic on there, but the most important piece is the gate. So if I put it like that, you can see this is a circular gate, just because I want to play with circular. But you can get octagonal replacements. It comes with them. It comes with them, and you can actually pop them out as well if you want to, but they're exactly the same. So with the HD version, you get another set of white, but with an octagonal gate, like a GameCube, which is basically turns these into like D-pad inputs. So it's really accurate for
like
that.
Smash and stuff.
Yeah. So it's really decent for that. Personally, I just use these. So the M6S has a different colorway. You've got like a blue and a purple, I think it is, from memory. And the gates are different on the like opposing colors. But you can pop them out so that you can chop and change, but it doesn't bother me, whatever. So the main difference then between other than the color is the M6S does not have HD rumble. That is the biggest one. So no HD rumble. You've also got like non-branded mechanical switches. At least I couldn't see a brand on them. There will be a brand, but they are not as good. So these are actually official Omron switches. That's the top dog, that you get in gaming mice, like high-end gaming mice. Omron switches have a 10 million click lifespan. These non-brand ones have a 5 million click lifespan, so you got half the amount.
From using both of them, can you feel the difference?
You can, but they're very, very close.
It's still good.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with the M6S. The M6S is amazing, especially for the price point. That's probably the better one to get. But if you want top dog, it's this one. The only other difference is the battery life. So it's 15 hours versus 17.
That's negligible, isn't it?
Exactly. So 15-hour battery life, no HD rumble, and 5 million click mechanical switches in the M6S. Whereas this one has, the better specs, essentially.
So HD price point is?
It's really hard to say because we're here in the UK. You can't buy them here. You have to import them. Via, dodgy Chinese auction sites. Like AliExpress, that kind of thing. So you just need to be really careful where you buy them from, make sure the reviews are high, use a credit card and stuff like that, so you've got some protection going on. But in America, MOBAPAD actually have their own website that you can order from, and for some reason it's like a continuously discounted price, but they're meant to be like $150, and it's like, wow, that sounds expensive, but actually I think they're $70. It might be 75. I don't remember. Just correct me in the comments if I'm wrong.
I'm trying to think where it puts it in the price point alongside. Similar products, similar pricings.
The official Joy-Cons, really.
You're
looking at about that.
I mean, why would you? The official Joy-Cons. Why would you at this point?
No,
when you've got something that offers this much for a little bit more.
A little bit more, and you're getting way more features.
So, ergonomics are beautiful. Aesthetically, it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's lush, isn't it?
And I cannot express the mechanical switches are so nice. It's like the difference for your eyes when you go from the normal screen to the OLED screen.
Yes, that's a really good point.
It's like the difference of feel. Yes, it's like, oh, I didn't realize I needed this, but now I've had it.
Yep.
I have to have it all the time.
That's it. Yeah, and that's what I loved about the original MOBAPAD M6s that we looked at a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
because they had mechanical switches.
Yeah,
but they just had no other feature. It was just mechanical switches, and that was it. They weren't even wireless. You know, they weren't Bluetooth.
There's another big question that we got asked an awful lot, and you did show it previously, but just to reiterate, just in case anyone didn't see it, there's no central piece for these at the moment, is there?
No.
But you can get around it.
You can get around it. So
if you've got something else.
If you've got something else, but MOBAPAD have said that they are looking at...
working on it.
They're working on the centerpiece. But yeah, I've shown in some of the videos on the channel that you can find here. You can use other branded centerpieces.
And it will work.
And it will work. So you can use either the official one that comes with the Joy-Con, with the Nintendo Switch for the Joy-Cons, but you do have to unscrew it and remove the horns so that it's just the centerpiece and this will slide into it. But bear in mind, that is literally just the centerpiece. If you want one that can USB charge it and it actually works, Nixie do a centerpiece that you can buy for the Nixie Wizard, and they sell it independently as well, so you can just buy that one piece, or if you've got them already then you can use it. The same with the Doyoki GameCube ones and their latest Epoch controller that has a centerpiece thing as well. So if you had that, you could just stick these on USB-C and charge them that way.
Do you know of any cases? I know that they said they might be working on a case.
They've got a case.
They have.
They do have a case. They didn't send us one.
No.
I have no idea why.
Get on it.
Yeah. I haven't actually tested this with any of the cases. Mainly because I've been moving. And all the cases have been packed up.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they are.
It's just a shame for us in Europe that they're harder to get hold of. Things like the cases and the new products that they're bringing are hard to get hold of. If you're in the States, it sounds like they've got their own website for the States.
They do have their own websites for the States. And I was going to say as well, the M6S is considerably cheaper.
Yeah.
So I think it's something like $45 or something.
Wow.
It's like a lot cheaper, you know. It's a good $30 or $40 difference.
Sounds like the best bang for buck.
It is. That one. No, it is. It is the better choice.
Yeah.
If you're budget conscious.
Yeah. If
you don't care and you want the best, these are it. Yeah. You know, I definitely rate these. The HD Rumble's really good.
Yeah.
The mechanical switches, you know, you're getting that 10 million click lifespan. Basically, this is what you want for longevity. If you want to keep your system even after the Switch 2 comes out, and let's just pretend that the Switch 2 doesn't accept the previous Joy-Cons, right? If you're someone like me that will hang on to your system for the next 50 years or whatever, these will just, you know, no drift.
Yes.
10 million click lifespan buttons. You know, this is the longevity winner here. However, you got to think as well, Switch 2 is probably next year. Do you really want to be spending nearly $100 on a set of Joy-Cons when you could be saving that towards the next system?
It's a whole conversation that I want to have maybe on this channel about should you be looking at Switch or Switch accessories right now, or should you be waiting?
That's it.
I know we get asked it a lot in the Discord.
But, you know, maybe the Switch 2 will take normal Joy-Cons, in which case you could have these ready for it. Who knows?
Really exciting. It's great to go back over it for you. It's good for me to have some time to... Do I get to keep them now, though?
No,
you're taking them home. Okay,
everything's getting compared to these now because these are the kings. Everyone keeps commenting, well, there's no point reviewing anything else, Andy, because these are the top.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
They're not wrong.
Yeah.
So there we go. So I'm stealing them.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Channel memberships is open if you want to see some exclusive stuff early. And of course, there is the Discord.
Oh, and you can come along. You can ask stuff about Joy-Cons or controllers or gaming or whatever as well.
Yeah. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel because we'll be back again soon. He'll definitely be back again soon. And watch some other videos.
Oh yeah, do that.
I'm doing all the things Andy normally does.
Yeah, I'm being lazy. It's great.
So until the next time,
bye.